We got the clock going in the background. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'll block that so I don't hear that. Don't need to hear myself talking. How is everybody tonight? We are live from Maryland. Ham hock is not great. Need a pork nickname. Yep, Day. I don't know what you could be. Yeah, ham hock wouldn't be too good. Chitlins. How about little chitlins? That would be horrible. Oh my goodness, that would be horrible, horrible. That's not a good one. So, Shelly at a Healthy Homestead Chick, tell Jess how your bread was. I didn't get to try it. She made it after I left. Isn't that ugly? Ugly, ugly. So let's see what's going on. Who's talking? We got Day. Let's see who all's in here. We got. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm trying to read the other screen, and so we got Bobby Stickman. We've got Keto Homestead with Jess. We've got Healthy Homestead Chick, my sweetie pie. We got Day at Monty's in Motion. Let's see. I think that's about it. I think I got everybody. We got Kevin at Lazy Pond Farm. Kevin at Lazy Pond Farms. Woo. Woo. Kevin's here. He's a member of the Brotherhood of the Hats. Go check out Kevin's channel. He is also a faithful member of His Way Homestead, so go check out his channel. So if Kevin, post your own link. He just had a 1 hour live stream, probably the longest one he's had in a long time. There is Felix at Happy Place Camping. Hey, Felix. And Brian at Castle Hives. He's another member of the Brotherhood of the Hats and a member of His Way Homestead. Bama Bees and Outdoors. How you doing, brother? Roll Tide. We are on our way to the national championship game. Can't let Ohio State mess it up for us. We're on our way to number 18. Let's see. Can you all hear me okay? I don't think I got any confirmation of that. Hey, Craig Tim, how are you? Good to have you here. I do have my tiny hands. So it's another, yeah. You know what they say about men with tiny hands? They wear tiny gloves. So yeah, I got my headphones on with the mic. So, oh, Jess, I'm so sorry. You're going to be in for a disappointment. If you ain't first, you're last. Now we'll see what happens. They look pretty impressive against Clemson, but Clemson didn't look too good. So we'll see what happens. I think just a couple more hard shots to their quarterback, and they might have a problem. He got hurt pretty bad in that game. Hey, Ray at Urban Grandpa Prepper, how are you? Yeah, okay. Brian, that's cool. I understand. Family's first, buddy. No worries. No worries. So yeah, Castle Hives is a member of His Way Homestead, so go check out his channel. He's doing a lot of really cool stuff. He just entered the Shed Wars, and he's got an awesome grill slash smoker thing that is just incredible. Go check out those videos. Right. This is a no Buckeye zone. We are all Alabama all the time. No, it was a good game. I hope we. Too bad Urban Meyer's not there, so we can make him cry again. So that's always a great thing to do. But he's not there anymore. Hey, Swarmstead, how are you? Good to have you. Don't get mad about the football stuff. We can, after football season's over, we can all be friends again. There's a lot of folks from Ohio in here. Yep. Good to have you here. So what am I doing? I'm here in Maryland. I'm in Maryland. I was born and raised in Maryland, and some of you folks know that um, my dad needs a little bit of help right now, so I came up for like 2 weeks to spend some time with him. He's got some doctor's appointments. We're going to help him out and just spend some time with him. So, fortunately, with one of the blessings of COVID is I can work from home, work remotely, and I can, if I can work remotely, I can work remotely anywhere. So that made this all possible. So I do have my work computer set up. I have a little desk area here, and I can work. So I already did some work today, getting in preparation for this week coming up. Yeah, it was a long drive. It was 14 and a half hours. It was long. Thank you, Bam Bees, Jason. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So yeah, we still don't know the full prognosis or you know what the treatment plan is, but we are we're getting there. We're getting closer. They are in their room with the TV really loud. So my dad did join me for a members only video. It was kind of cool. So if you're a member of His Way Homestead, you get to see some special members only videos. It doesn't matter what level member you are, everybody gets to see the member only videos. So it's all good. All right, Felix. Angie Todd, how are you? Good to have you here. Pathways Homestead from Kansas. Good to have you. How's Kansas doing? Do you have some ice storms or anything? Yep. Kevin got to see Papa Bacon. Shaky Pack, how are you? Henry Leslie, Vermont. Doing good. Doing good. I got rested up after that 14 and a half hour drive from our home to Maryland. Um, Drove straight through, got up at 3:45 in the morning and pulled in here a little after 7. And so it was dark, dark when I left, and it was dark when I got here. 5 inches of snow. That's cool. A lot of people don't like snow. I like snow. It's quiet. It makes everything quiet, and it covers up a lot of ugly. Kind of like my beard covers up a lot of ugly. Just saying. So I got my Commander Bacon camo, Realtree camo hat on, and I got in the background ew, the Army ACU Commander Bacon hat with His Way Homestead on the back. I'm all out of the ACU hats. Yeah, all out of the ACU hats. I do have some of the camo hats. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Oh, I need to throw some banners on here. Let me. So here's my motto for 2021. When I did a lot of work with Royal Rangers, I would always say, "Hey, Peach Little Homestead, how you doing? Unpaved Explorer, how are you?" Always had something for the new year. So put your faith in the sun in 2021. So yeah, don't trust imitators. Go straight to the sun. And by the Son, I mean the Son of God, Jesus Christ. So yeah, need a Bama hat. I got a bunch of Bama hats. I'm waiting for a 2020 national championship hat. I've got a bunch of other championship hats. A bunch of other championship hats. I'm ready to add to my collection. Hey, Granny Moreno, how are you? Good to have you here tonight. Hit the thumbs up. Yep. So yeah, let's another banner. Hit the thumbs up on the way in, and then relax and enjoy the show. So we're just gonna sit around talking. Bobby Stickman with the heart, bacon heart. So I got tiny hands from Kyle at K&R Destinations. If you're not familiar with him, you probably have no clue what these tiny hands are all about. So go check out his videos, his live streams, and um, just check him out and watch a video, leave a comment, and if you like what you see, man, hit that subscribe button. Oh man, there's a lot of Buckeyes folks in here. Now, have you always been Buckeye fans, or are you jumping on the bandwagon? That's all I'm saying. Because a lot of people are anti-Bama. That's and that's okay. Haters are gonna hate. It's okay. I'm missing some of the conversation. You looked at yours on the shelf today. What started juicing? Yep, there you go. Yeah, Lazy Pond Farms, Brotherhood of the Hats. We are expanding. We have a lot of members of the Brotherhood of the Hats. Hobby Farmer Homestead, how are you? Good to have you. Well, good. Unpaved Explorer, glad you're always a Buckeyes fan. That's good. Got to be loyal to your team, right? Yeah, Bobby Stickman telling healthy homestead chick that she is old. I'm old too. Feeling older every day. Let's see. What else is going on His Way Homestead? Man, we are getting really close, Kevin. I was just about to say it. We're getting really close to 3,000 subscribers. I think we're 136 away. It's amazing. Um, short videos have helped us tremendously. In December alone, we added 1,200 subscribers, over 1,200 subscribers, which just blows me away because I know it took us 6 months to get to the first 1,000. Hey, One Handed Creations. All right. Okay, cool. Hope so. Are you a Navajo? Because we got friends that are Navajo. That's pretty cool. Ya'atin. Very cool. That's awesome. Much appreciation. Much love. Much love to the Navajo. Yep. So I think my wife's uh, grandfather actually built some built some churches and evangelized out in the Navajo country. So we've got a special place in our hearts for Navajo Indians. Really appreciate y'all. All right. What else we got? We got all kinds of, if you want to become a member, um, pretty reasonable. Bobby Stickman, what are your thoughts on toast? I like it kind of not too dark, not too light, hot enough that it melts butter really good. So if y'all don't know, oh, Kevin, I was asking how to join the Brotherhood. You need a hat. That's the only requirement. It's the Brotherhood of the Hats. Thank you, Kevin, for the $5. So much appreciated. Um, yeah, did I miss that? I missed that. How to become? Yeah, it's Brotherhood of the Hats. So you have to have a hat, and we have male members and we have one female member. So it's still the Brotherhood, kind of like mankind, still the Brotherhood. Yeah. So shoot me an email. I'll let you know how much they are. All I have right now is these Realtree camo hats, but I'll tell you, these are really nice hats. Very nice made. They're heavy. Kevin, you can talk about it. They are really comfortable. It's a good hat. Cool. Hey, Meemaw Matters. Drove not too far from your house yesterday on my way from where we live, roughly Memphis, Tennessee, up to Maryland. So I know I had to drive right by, but I was in a hurry to get here, so I didn't have a chance to stop. Maybe on the way home, if I have time, I'll shoot you an email or something, and maybe we can visit for just a little bit. Keep your head warm in the winter for sure. Yeah, I I'm really funny about my hats. And this is a nice hat. It's a good quality hat, even though it's made in China. Oh, you're in Florida. Well, I didn't go by you. I hope you all like the toast. Hope you all like toast. Yep, do like toast. one one of the comfort foods growing up in Maryland, and I talked about it one other time, is you take toast, butter it, fold it in half, and dip it into ice cold milk and eat it. Kind of like how people dunk Oreo cookies. Most people have never heard of that. Yeah, Bobby Stickman is my youngest son. He's something else. Really appreciate him. He's a good guy. What is the green face for? For the toast and milk? It's really good. It's comfort food. So yeah, it's been interesting. So I'm actually spending the night sleeping at my sister's house, which is that way, not too far. And I'm coming over here during the day, and yeah, it's really good. When you like kind of a little sick on your stomach or something, poached eggs, and that was always a good thing. Hey, Micro Farmer, how are you? Good to have you here. Micro Farmer in the house. Tribute to Kyle. So yeah, um, poached eggs are really good when your stomach's not feeling that great. Poached eggs with crackers crumbled up in it, and that's a picture of me back there, right there with my puppy. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a picture. Cinnamon sugar toast. Yep, we always had that. We would mix it up and have it in a little shaker, and yeah, it's the tiny hands. Is it Kevin had his tiny hands on his live stream earlier? Well, you can put less sugar in it. So what we said earlier was, you know what they say about men with tiny hands? They wear tiny gloves. Yep, cinnamon toast is really good. Good stuff. Cinnamon sugar toast. Yeah. Yep. But I do like the yeah, they kind of make fun of me when I eat that. But that's okay. I don't mind being made fun of. Let's see what other banners. I'm playing around with I should have had this on there earlier. Ask me how to become a member of the Brotherhood of the Hats. Did everybody get to see the short that I put out with the catching the swarm? That was from a full length video, and sweetened condensed milk. Wow. Yeah, it's actually freeze dried. There's a difference between dehydrated and freeze dried, and freeze dried is a lot different. It's the marshmallows, the freeze dried mini marshmallows. It tastes and has a taste and texture exactly like Lucky Charms marshmallows. So I'm sure they're freeze dried marshmallows that they have in there too. Shaky Peck, is Shaky still in the house? We got 18 watching. I'm trying to keep up. I've got the YouTube on this side and StreamYard's chat over here, and I'm trying to keep it all up. No, it's all good. Me all matters. I just what is your name again? I keep forgetting. Is it Deb? Is it Debbie? I, forgive me for not remembering. I got a lot of folks that I try to remember their names, and I don't do very good sometimes. So So yeah, the Skittles. Pete got some freeze dried Skittles and marshmallows. Debbie, I thought so. I thought so. I was afraid. I was afraid to commit because I wasn't sure. Good to have you here. How's the picture? This is the laptop camera, and it's like 720. It doesn't look too bad on the computer. I got the YouTube showing up on the other monitor. Yeah, Shanna Craft. Shanna. She always says hi to me in the morning on the Daydream About Nice Things. So Shanna Craft in the house. We got the tiny hands cranking. Kevin got it started with his live stream with the tiny hands. So carrying on. These traveled 900 miles with me to Maryland. Well, good. Oh, that's okay. No worries. No worries. One-handed creations. He's doing good. We have some appointments that hopefully we can get scheduled this week, and then some follow-up appointments, and we'll see. In the next 2 weeks, we should know more. So, but he's doing following the doctor's instructions really well. Hey, 2.5 acres. Hey, y'all. It is. It's really hot in here. They've got the heat up. Old people, turn the heat way up. But that's okay. About ready to bust a window out. So what else? What's everybody doing? How was your weekend? How Rosieside Farm? How are you? So tell me about your weekend. I know it's cold. It's cold in there. I wish it was cold here. I wish. David's Mule Train Homestead. How are you? Good to see you. So how was your weekend? It's muddy at my house and gross. Um, I shared Healthy Homestead Chicks video of her doing the muddy chores this morning, dealing with the crazy critters. I am at my parents' house. So yeah, I drove 14 and a half hours straight through to get up here. And took me a while and I'm tired. Clearing fence lines all weekend. Did you have a bunch of trees down and stuff, or you just getting the weeds out? That's a lot of work. Clearing fence lines, depending on how much fence you have too. We want to clear a larger area off from around our fences. Everything's just grown up on the other properties around us, and it's not nobody cares. So I'd like to have enough room that. Oh no, that's horrible. I'd like to have enough room that I could actually drive the truck the whole way around the property, just in case we need to do something with the truck. So it is hard work. That's a lot of hard work. Just bought the farm. Oh, okay. So you inherited a mess, so to speak. You bought into a mess. Yeah, it is. It is brutal. So my dad, with blood thinners and other medication that he takes, he gets cold really easily. So I can sweat a little bit. I want him to be comfortable. I need to order him some His Way Homestead sweatshirts from Teespring. If y'all want some shirts, go check out our Teespring store. Uh, you can find it on our About page. Busy on live streams, LOL, trying to stay warm. Yep. It is hot here. It's 36 degrees outside this morning here in Maryland, and it was about the same down home. So Yep. You're having a barn build. That's exciting. Yeah, you got to be dry. I thought about doing a sofa table book, um, or a coffee table book. Buildings and barns in Boonesboro, or something like that. I love the old farmhouse architecture, and I thought it'd be really cool to just take a bunch of pictures of the outside and ask people if they'd allow me to take pictures of the architecture on the inside. And I always want to write a book. Well, I'm not a novelist by no means, but I could put together a compilation like that. So yeah, there's a very distinct farmhouse style that's around this area, central western Maryland, and you're on the eastern shore of Maryland. Okay, cool. I'm central Maryland, um, kind of where Maryland gets skinniest north to south. Kind of near there, if you're familiar with Maryland, not like 6 miles away from Antietam Battlefield. So the townsfolk of Boonesboro built the very first monument to General and President George Washington. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So if you want to check it out, we actually have a video going to Washington Monument, and when we were here in October, you can. I don't know if you can hear the television in the background. It's really loud. So not only are they cold, they have to turn the television really loud because they can't hear that well. So that's okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point because you lose a lot of heat through the top of your head. So he's got a sweatshirt on. Um, I think it's more of his extremities. Well, good. I'm glad you can't hear it. I can hear it through my headphones, but that's okay. I don't know. They might be back there watching the live stream. I don't know. Yeah, I really appreciate my mom and dad, and it was worth the drive up here to be able to help them out when they really needed some help. So my sister's up here, and she's doing a tremendous amount, and but she has a job too, and I wanted to come up and help her, help them. You're losing more. Yeah, we always says it's better that it turns color than it turns loose, right? But you know what? It just makes haircuts and hairstyle that much easier. So that's because she's never watching my lives. That's why. Let me see. I'll fix that. Now she's a moderator. Do you know what to do as a moderator, honey? Yeah, she's not a member. She's an honorary member of the Brotherhood of Hats. She's nothing. You are my bride and joy. Oh, he needs an Alabama sweatshirt. I have got them watching Alabama college football. They know what's up. Hey, weekend RVing, Millie and James, how are you? I gotta adjust my glasses. Put them up there. Yep, there we go. Now you can't see my eyes at all. It's just a big glare. I brought everything I needed to live stream. I've got my little hot halo light. I've got this guy that I'm not using, my little arm for my phone, because it's just easier that way. Oh, what did Healthy Homestead Chick say? And then oh, She had a typo. That's why she deleted it. Yeah, Shelly got it for me pretty reasonable. I think it came with a tripod, and yeah, that's what I do a lot. And then I do typos, and then I retract it, and then Gary thinks Felix deleted my comment because her and I were getting into it or whatever, and it wasn't. We don't get into it. She doesn't even block me half the time. She threatens me, but she doesn't block me. It's all good. Listening to commercial. Ding ding. Getting in getting into. Yeah, it's a commercial does ding 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 ding. So yeah, like I said, we're getting really close to 3,000 subscribers. I just like to agitate Felix. So she doesn't like it when we talk about the brother of the hats. She doesn't like it when we talk about Ram trucks, and she doesn't like it when we talk about college football. Those are the trifecta of things that she doesn't like to talk about. So when she's when she gets really wound up on Gary's show, I try to bring up the trifecta. So yeah, me and three of the Brotherhoods of Hats were riding in my Ram truck to go see Alabama college football game. That kind of gets all three all in one. It it's not necessary, but it does help. Um, Unpaved Explorer, it does it brightens it up without casting shadows. And let's see, this one's pretty cool because you can change the brightness, you can change the tone. I'll turn it down a little bit. It's pretty bright. It sets the mood. It's mood lighting. Careful, your eyes will get locked that way. I thought my dad was walking in here. Walking in the kitchen. Yeah, I really appreciate Felix. She's really super. She's a super person. She acts all like she's mean and tough, but she's just a sweetie. And then she'll get mad at me for saying that. But I do like her. I appreciate her. She's fun to be around. She's got a great personality. So for everybody who doesn't know, Healthy Homestead Chick is my wife, my bride. I'm going to be spending 2 weeks away from her, and it's killing me already. Hey, Two Family Homestead, how are you? Glad you drove by and say hello. That's awesome. Yeah, see, Felix doesn't like me saying that she's nice. She's superty duperty. She's awesome. But she does have my physical street address, so I need to be careful. All right, Rosie Side Farm. Glad you did that. Her channel's growing really good, and she's been doing a couple little shorts, and I think that's helping. I shared one of her videos today where she was taking care of all the animals in the mud. It was gross, but that's how it is. That was that was probably one of your longest videos, wasn't it, honey? Like 17 minutes. That was a long video for you. So she's probably going to, yeah, getting sort of close to 400. That's awesome. Awesome sauce. We are at 2.86K. Only 5 hours or so from your house, according. Well, that's cool. You need to come visit. We'll pull the heads off some quail and throw them on the grill. Now you can see our wait till it dries out a little bit. And you can see our baby bunnies. You'd really like them. They're so soft and cuddly. I'm sure somebody's doing. Some of the Royal Rangers are doing a winter camp. I'm not a part of one that is. So, Kevin, man, come visit. I would love to have you. We've got a spare bedroom. You don't have to get a hotel room. Quail is really good, and actually, Felix, there is a place not far from our house that has an incredible. They call it a seafood buffet, but it's more than seafood, and all their seafood comes from the Gulf Coast, so it's all fresh, oyster, shrimp every kind of way. They have it catfish, but they have quail. They have fried quail, and also frog legs, which they have the best frog legs. Oh, they're they're cute and cuddly, but they're still tasty. Yep. Nobody has problem killing the chicken than eating it. But when it comes to rabbits, it's a struggle. Um, it's I don't know what the formula is for Sean in Alaska. What's up? Fire up to Jenny. Oh, cool. You're using precious generator time to watch this. I do. It is, let me type it in here. It should be on our About page, but I'll go ahead and type it in, Sean. There you go. So we're trying to expand the Brotherhood of the Hats, Felix, to Alaska. So we're working on that. That'll be cool. Love to one day go visit Sean up there. Once you build your cabin, maybe. Go check out Sean's channel. He is doing some pretty cool stuff up there. And he wears a kilt all the time. Oh, you sent it already. Okay, good deal. I misunderstood. Cool. Good deal. I'll check it later. And what those furry chickens are called. Silkies, probably. We don't have any silkies. Sort of silver looking. Are you talking about our chickens? Go ahead and let's see. We'll go ahead and delete that. All right. Yeah, the silkies are kind of like foo-foo chickens. With all the mud that we have, I wouldn't want them. They have feathers on their feet, and they get all poofy. They look like Phyllis Diller. For all you old people that know who Phyllis Diller was. Yeah, my wife. We did a short, a frizzle naked neck. Nope, don't like them. We did a short where one of the chickens jumped up on my wife's shoulder like a pirate parrot. So that was funny. So we hatched out 3 hens, and they stick together like crazy. And the 2 mostly white ones, they're the most aggressive, but not in an ugly way. They're just trying to get food, and they jump up and pull at my wife's shirt and everything else when they're in their feeding frenzy. and they've been pecking and kind of hurting, but not trying to hurt her. So Arby's. It's Arby's, Kevin. Pirate's favorite restaurant, Arby's. Yep. Kevin telling the dad jokes. I love it. Okay, Unpaved Explorer. Appreciate you dropping by, and I won't hold it against you that you're a Ohio State fan. It's all good. It's all good. Favorite letter, R. R and I. Got two favorite letters. So yeah, I don't think I fully recovered from the drive. Oh, still kind of. Oh, it's the C. Oh, Sean threw a major curveball in there. So yeah, Sean is in Alaska and he's working on building a cabin. Right now he's staying in a fifth wheel trailer that he has all winterized. Got a generator set up. He's got you still have your Christmas tree lit up outside, or did you take that down already? And he also wears a kilt almost all the time, unless he's coming home from work and it's cold. Then he'll have long pants on. But mostly he's wearing the kilt all the time. Yeah, pretty cool. Always wanted that's on my bucket list to visit. Okay, cool. I always on my bucket list to visit Alaska one day, someday. What are Phyllis Diller chickens? They're the um, silkies. Sometimes they have big, puffy, fuzzy stuff on their head, and you can't see their eyes or anything. They just kind of, I I think they look like Phyllis Diller. So that's just me. So yeah, I don't know how long I'll be on here. If anybody wants to come up, I can send you the link. I can invite you and act drunk. Let's see. I could probably even show the the video of the short with the catching the swarm. That was kind of cool. What did you all think of the thumbnail? That is the Maryland state flag with His Way Homestead logo over top of it. Let's see where. We're gonna where. I want to play. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do it or not. We'll try it for a whole hour. Oh, that would be cool, Sean. That would be very cool. Let me see. Click this. Click that. Let me pause it. Let me rewind it. I think I can do this. I hope I can do it. Share my screen. Share screen. That one. Let me make it that way. And we'll do that. So this is, let me wait for the clock. This is Commander Bacon dumping 10,000 bees in his face. If you hadn't seen it before, Tim at Ridge Life, he really got a kick out of this. So there's the bees right there. They are bunched up on that tree limb, and the goal is to have that empty box, and you snap the tree limb and dump them all in the box. Well, they didn't go in the box. They went down to my face, down the front of me, and everything else. Yeah, it was, and well, let's cancel that. No. So yeah, that was exciting. I can't. There it is. Now we're back. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't break my neck or get stung or anything. That was crazy. Your new emoji. What do you got there, Kevin? Let me see. The parrot, the pirate flag, and the skull and crossbones. Nice. Yeah, so that I wanted to we're live streaming out of Maryland, so I thought it'd be cool. The pirate parrot. So Maryland is known for their why has that got two of them? Oh, that's cool. So it's still got the sharing the screen. I can do that. I'm in there twice. I'm gonna remove it. Don't need to see that twice. One ugly mug is enough. Yeah, so there's even a behind the scenes video. There's a full length video of you can see the hey Griswold family vacay. Hey Bama fan, roll tide, roll tide. On to the national championship. We're gonna get number 18, courtesy of Ohio State. But you could actually see the swarm coming off the lake, and you can see it accumulating in the tree. And then we went and got the swarm trap box and dumped them all over me and in the box. So it was kind of exciting. And then we have a regular video too, with the behind the scenes story of catching that. So again, we probably wouldn't have caught a swarm if it hadn't been for COVID and I was working from home. It made it all possible. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it was definitely a God thing. Didn't get stung, didn't break my neck falling off that ladder, didn't have that box hitting me in the head. Yeah, Sean, I was a little leery of doing bees because every beekeeper I talk to, they go, oh yeah, we get stung all the time. That doesn't sound like fun to me, but it's really not that bad. You definitely, once you get them and messing with them a lot, you do need to have your protective gear. I did have a bee fly into my ear canal. I had more moves than Michael Jackson that day. That's for sure. I see you, Ray. I appreciate you. I hope it's a good game. I really hope nobody gets hurt. Right? I want it to be a good game, plays to the best of their ability, and Alabama wins. So, yeah, that I couldn't get it out of my ear. It was really creepy, and I was afraid it was going to sting me at the entrance to my ear, and it was going to swell up and get stuck in there, and that wouldn't have been fun either. But just kind of left it alone, and it came out on its own, and I don't think it ever did sting me in the ear. We're hoping this spring, summer, we can get some honey. We're trying to do more of following more of like the natural beekeeping. So trying to not feed them sugar. But there's times when you need to, like if you caught a new swarm, it's probably a good thing to feed them sugar water to help them have the materials and supplies that they can draw comb out and all that. So there's a time and place for everything. And I'm so new at bees. I'm trying to listen to a lot of people Baddest Bees, John at Baddest Bees, he really has a lot of information, and I'm trying to learn from him. Um, it's there's so much with it, and it's a lot to learn. But I want to just be a good steward of the bees. I want to provide them a nice place to live, and we can share the bounty of their efforts. But uh, typically, I just wanted to make sure that they had enough honey to survive the winter. So we didn't get any. We probably could have extracted some honey, but I just let them have it. It's theirs. Let them have it. So it's all good. All good. Yep. So we got some clapping for Bama fan. Yay. Roll Tide. Shannon saying no, no, no. You don't no, no, be in the ear. I get it. I get it. Uh, yeah, but there's some drawbacks to that. You got to keep in mind that was developed in Australia, and Castle Hives has a video talking about his flow hive, and there's pros and cons to it. It's really expensive. It's very expensive, and it's not exactly the way it seems in the commercials about it. There's still a lot of work, and I don't think there's any way around that. So, I mean, they make it look like, hey, you just have some bees in there, and you just turn on the faucet and you pour honey out. It's not quite like that. So it's a little misleading, and it might be different in Australia, how they have to deal with them. So yeah, be leery of that. Watch some more YouTube videos on the Flow Hive before you buy one, because it is salty dog. So we built everything. I built everything with our bees. I built the swarm traps. Um, I built all my frames from scratch. I built the horizontal hive. It's a Langstroth, long Langstroth horizontal hive. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, that's all you can do. And you know what? There's so much information out there on YouTube, and not all of it is good information. So you got to watch enough that you can kind of, uh, hey, Rayleigh Creative Travel, roll tide, roll. Good deal. We getting some people. We got too many Buckeyes in here. I mean, I appreciate you being in here, but we need to even it out. Get some more Bama fans in here. I don't want the Buckeye folks to leave. I want you to stay. We just need more Bama fans. Well, not John, not YouTube lies, but there's people who present themselves as very knowledgeable about something, and like they have an authoritative comment about it, and they might not be able to back it up. That's all I got to say about that. So the more you watch, the more you'll be able to say, yeah. So one guy that I've been watching a lot is Enjoy Beekeeping, and he's a guy in Georgia that has been doing. He had the conventional Langstroth hives, the boxes, for like 12 years, and then he just started to get into the horizontal hives, and he's about horizontal hives. So that's the kind of that I want to see. I want to see a guy who did it the other way. Why does he like the horizontal hives? What can I glean from his experience? It's not somebody that's been doing it 6 months. Their opinion. I want somebody with a lot more experience. They are everywhere. I got a lot of folks from Ohio that are here. Probably all bandwagon. Not Ray though. He's from Ohio, so he's hometown boy with his Buckeyes. The one of the former presidents of my company, big Buckeye fan, and him and I would very respectfully rib each other when it came college football season, and it was funny because it's probably, oh, that's too bad, Sean. We kind of hurt your team. Um, I still have his cell phone, right? And so college season comes up, we're still texting each other. It's it's been pretty fun, pretty cool. So I can be friends with anybody, even Gary at Daydream About Nice Things. He's an Auburn fan, so if I can be a friend with an Auburn fan, then Buckeye's not a problem. Yeah, yep, we do. We have the anybody but Bama fans. They will root against who they will root for anybody who's playing Alabama, which that's an anti-fan. Hey, Tin Can Gardner, how are you doing? Yeah, and I think what you're kind of getting at really is no matter what you feel about them, you got to respect them. I mean, they have consistently done so well and always in the playoffs, and it's what Nick Saban has done at the University of Alabama has been very impressive. And we just lost our offensive coordinator. Yep. Yeah. It's just jealousy. That's all it is. They're just jealous. if if you can't be them, they're gonna hate them. All right, Debbie at Meemaw Matters. Glad you could be here. Glad you could spend some time with us. Really appreciate you. Yeah, and they're consistent. I mean, look at. I'm not trying to bash LSU, but they had a great season last year. And yeah, they lost a lot of players. Yeah, they lost a lot of coaches. But Alabama does that every year. They lose a lot of players and they lose a lot of coaches, and they're still in there every year. So it's a process. And Nick Saban, no matter what you feel about him, he's got it going on. And I'm not going to be happy the day we lose him. One day he's going to retire, and that's going to be a sad day for Alabama. So hopefully we'll have somebody that can pick up where he left off and continue on the process. Hey, Southern Bless Homestead, how are you? You're not late. Yep, I am in Maryland. Yeah, we're coming up to 18. I hope we do get to 18. Is this Mac or Patty? Who we got here? No, we only have 17 right now. Soon to be 18, right? I mean, old Mac or Patty. Mac, it's the Mac attack. So I call Patty cheese. So when they're together, it's mac and cheese. No, it's all good. It's just a matter of time, Bama fan. That's all. You're just prophetic. It's prophetic. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they were saying before that Sarkeesian was, the head coach in waiting, that he was going to take over for Nick Saban. So I don't see Saban leaving for the NFL. He enjoys coaching college boys. He likes pouring into them. He likes not only just making them better football players, but he gets into their character and helps them to be better men. So, and for those of you who didn't know, there's a little trivia, little His Way Homestead trivia. Uh, Born and raised in Maryland, University of Maryland, never had much of a college football team. So, it's a prenuptial agreement with my wife's daddy that I had to be a an Alabama fan before I could marry her. So it worked out really good. There's Papa Bacon roaming in the house. Yeah, well, and Saban went to the pros, and then he decided that wasn't for him. The problem is it's a big difference between coaching millionaires and college students. Big difference. Ken Folk, Farmer, Georgia. Shane, how are you, sir? We got the tiny hands out tonight. Special tribute to K&R Destinations, in case you didn't know. So good to have you. Yep. You can make it up to him, Mac. Just watch his live stream. It was an hour long. Crazy. So yeah, Kyle is big on the little hands, tiny hands. So he sent me some tiny hands. He sent Kevin at Lazy Pond Farms some tiny hands. So gone all day working. Where were you working? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was with the Browns. He did. He did do an hour long. It was amazing. He wasn't the head coach. Yeah, he was. I think wasn't he with Miami? Wasn't he the head coach at Miami for one season? I know there's talk about looking at Mike Shula for offensive coordinator. Mike Shula is a good offensive coordinator, not a good head coach at all. Been there, done that. But if anybody can make him an excellent offensive coordinator, it would be Nick Saban. So I still chuckle every time I see Butch Jones on the sideline. Yeah, exactly. When he left LSU to go to uh, Miami, and then he went back, and LSU already had another coach. Oh man, LSU people were not happy, especially when we beat the stew out of them. All right, honey. Oh, we're already over an hour, aren't we? Wow. And I'm gonna have to. Well, it's. I don't even know what time it is here. I think it's 8 o'clock here. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. I'm gonna have to be going soon too. Oh, did he get a head coach? Where's he going? Where did he go? Yeah, yeah. Mike Shula was with Bama, and it was man, that was tough years. Tough years. The all the Mikes and the Dennis Franchione. Dennis Franchione looked promising, and then that was some. That's why I don't mind bragging on Alabama now because I lived through those horrible years in the late '90s and early aughts. Arkansas State. Oh no, that's funny. The Red Wolves, not the Razorbacks, right? All right, Day. Appreciate you coming by. See ya. Bye. Thank you for coming. Yeah, Mac. Mississippi State, really? They're a bunch of hooligans. They looked horrible at Tulsa. That whole pregame and the end of the game, somebody needs some discipline at Mississippi State. That's all I'm saying. Those boys are out of control. That was pretty sad. As SEC team, it it was really sad. I didn't like seeing that at all. It was you know, but they'll get it back together. I'm sure. So what else going on? What else? What else? When you nah, I didn't say that. Yeah, I don't watch any pro teams. Who was that played Oklahoma? That was Florida State, wasn't it? Or Florida? That was Florida, wasn't it? I didn't get to see a lot of the games that I don't know why I didn't watch hardly anything before New Year's. The scrimmage game. Oh, you're Oklahoma State. Yeah, yeah. I heard Trask didn't look very good for Florida. It looked pretty bad. Hey, Mary's Ranch and Wild Cooking. There's a member of His Way Homestead. If you get a chance, go check out Mary's channel. Um, Mary, I'm going to make you a moderator and you can post your link. How's that? Add moderator. So feel free to post your link. All my moderators, uh, post your links. Go check them out. Great channels. Let's support them. They support me. Appreciate them. And you don't watch many. Well, you're busy. You are so busy, Kevin, with trapping kids, trapping and kids, going to New York, playing with Logan Kidder. Yeah, I think everybody's leaning toward Devontae. I tell you what, after that game against Drew Blank, who did we play? We played Notre Dame. Uh, I think um, Najee Harris deserved to be in the running for the Heisman. That was an incredible hurdle that he did. I mean, he was a foot above the guy, and he barely uh, bent over a little bit. I mean, he just barely ducked, and he was a good foot, maybe 18 inches above the guy. It was amazing, and he almost got a touchdown on that run. So that was, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're all leaning. Everybody's saying Devontae Smith. I wouldn't mind seeing Mac Jones get it. I think he definitely has proven himself this year, uh, and is probably driving Felix crazy. We'll talk about Ram trucks next. Sorry, Felix. It is the season, so let me put the other banner up. So um, here's my slogan for 2021. This is the His Way official His Way slogan. Put your faith in the sun in 2021. You'd rather talk about trucks. Sorry, Felix. I'm sorry. So yeah. So this year, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. If you um, one of my goals this year, every year I try to read through the Bible every year. So one year I read through it twice in one year. So I've got a Bible reading plan. You can download it on your phone called YouVersion, YOU version, and go and get that app. And there's a reading plan. I like the canonical, which is basically front of the book to the back of the book, and 15 minutes a day, maybe less, depends on how fast you read. You can read through the Bible in one year easily, easily. So what I was going to start doing was read one day plan in the morning, and then read the next day in the evening, and then that word, and I end my day with God's word. So yeah, who did you meet, Rayleigh? Inquiring minds want to know. You're teasing us. Yeah, YouVersion is pretty cool, and you can even highlight verses in there too, and it'll always keep them highlighted whenever you read through the plan. And it's got just about every translation that you can have. Meant to be RVing. Cool. Very cool. Felix is going to come visit us and eat some rabbits. Maybe. Oh, I got to take these off my fingers. They're hurting. All right. So we talked about college football. I drove my truck, my Dodge Ram truck up here. I got it's a diesel, 2500 4-wheel drive, and average 24 and a half miles per gallon. I went over halfway and filled up. I only stopped once for fuel. 900 miles. I only stopped once for fuel. Then when I filled up for fuel, it's had the range on the truck of being over 700-mile range left on when I filled it up. So, hey, ordinary person, you're not just an ordinary person. Everybody's special. Like one time somebody said, "Hey, oh, you're just a regular guy." I said, "No, I'm extra large." But I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you. Patty G is here, so we got mac and cheese. Little virtual pug. So, are you new to the channel, ordinary person? Glad to have you. You have no virtual hug, not a virtual pug. That's funny. Yep. Well, I'm so glad you found us. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, we're just talking, just Sunday evening chit chat, just taking it easy. Probably not going to be on here too much longer. We're at 72 minutes so far. So, and I'm kind of running out, but the truck ran good. I'm getting older, and it's really hard to sit there in one position in a seat. My hips start hurting, my legs start hurting, and it's getting old. But I think I drove the last 4 hours without stopping, so that was rough. So it was 14 and a half hours. 2 hours into it, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But came up here to help my dad out. Good for about 2 hours and have to stop. Yeah. Well, Kevin at Lazy Pond Farms was trying to get me to do a live stream on the whole trip, but there's no way. There's no way I could do 14 and a half hours, not without being on StreamYards and somebody else joining with me. So, yeah, I just needed to get out and stretch my legs, and I was just too determined not to. I just get like a little hitch in my hip, and I can't just move around enough. So back in 1996, I had a ultra classic electric glide Harley Davidson motorcycle. That's the big touring bike, and it had CB radio and stereo and all that stuff on it. And I drove it from Maryland to Memphis. I proposed to my wife. I took 2 days to go down there. I stopped halfway, went down there, proposed to my wife, and I drove straight through home. And there was a big accident on the interstate, and it took me 17 hours on a motorcycle to get home. I left at like 6 in the morning down there, and I didn't get home till up here till like 2:30 in the morning. That was a long day. Squirrel dumplings. That sounds good. Who was talking about squirrel dumplings? I missed that. Squirrel dumplings. It's like any other kind of dumplings. You just use squirrel meat I would imagine. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a little stiff now sitting on this couch. So I feed Felix some squirrels. Yeah, squirrels good. Can be a little tough. You got to watch the lead shot when you bite down, so you got to be careful biting into it. Only real hunters know what that's about, right, Kevin? Kevin knows what I'm talking about. Oh, anyway, I think anybody got any questions? Any hair? You always get hair when it's a wild one. Yeah, squirrel can be kind of tough, but wild rabbit can be kind of tough too. Um, yeah, that was a good video this morning. She did a really good job with it. I kind of wish she'd have put it on His Way Homestead, not Healthy Homestead Chick. Hey, you know, when you're a teenage boy and it's hunting squirrel season in Maryland, it always came in on my birthday. So that's what you did. You went out and killed some squirrel and fried them up and ate them. It was good. Um, Wild rabbit can be tough too, like squirrel. Depends on how old it is, and most of that's all dark meat. But domestic rabbit, it's all white meat, and it's much bigger, much bigger, much more tender. It is really good, and domestic rabbit meat is so good for you too. You did good with it though, and the thing is, with the hour, it gives people a chance to come in, and I found that even sometimes when you're doing an hour live, you only do plan on doing an hour. You get a bunch of people come in late on that hour, and you do the second hour, and the second hour is so much better. It seems like, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. So, are you talking about Quartzsite? Everybody going out there? Is that what you're talking about, Felix? When is that? When is everybody going out there? Because I know there's a lot of people out there already, right? Yeah, he did good. It was good. He had his tiny hands and thing. That's what did the Commander Bacon hat and the tiny hands. How could you go wrong? How could you go wrong? So yeah, I'm all. I have this. This is the latest design. It's the Army digital camo, the ACU camo, and I'm sold out of these already. They're all gone. This is my personal one that's been on my ugly head. We usually do live streams Sunday evening and Wednesday evening, but sometimes we haven't been able to do it Wednesday evenings, and just never know. I'm not real consistent with it. Uh, so if you subscribe and hit the little bell, you'll get a notification whenever I do go live. I don't know if you're familiar with how that works or not. I'll probably do more live streams while I'm here because not as much for me that I have to do here. So there's more opportunity. 16th. Okay. Yes, Home Depot and Lowe's. Excellent. I really appreciate that, ordinary person. That's so funny to say that. I like that, ordinary person. Yeah, Windows pretty important. Yeah, so I always did working with Rural Rangers. I always tried to do something that a clever little thing for the boys. So it was like, don't be mean in 2019, stuff like that. So 2021 was, pretty good. Yeah, steel shot in geese and lead in squirrels. And it used to be you could do lead in geese, but they found that the geese would eat all the lead shot out of the bottom of the pond after you shoot, and then it would poison them. All right, Urban Grandpa Prepper, I can't say that, but I appreciate your enthusiasm about your team. And on the 11th, we're going to have a good time watching it. So I'm excited for you. It's been a while since they got to play in the national championship. So, but I really hope your team doesn't win. Thank you, Patty G. I thought it was good. With how things are going on in the country and everything, this is the year to really put your priorities straight, right? I was saying earlier that really want to. Last year I didn't do too good, finishing out my Bible plan, reading through the year. So this year I want to be really diligent and determined about it. I want to pray more. There's a lot of people this year that needed prayer. I'm going to put out a video telling people to leave your prayer request on that video. We're going to do one of those videos every week. We'll do an update. Maybe we'll tie it into the Wednesday live stream so that we can have people can provide updates to the prayer request. And my wife and I both, we had so many that it was hard to keep up with it. And I really we wanted to make sure that we had it all written down and that we had a prayer list that we could go by. And to be honest with you, I got more friends that I really care about through YouTube now than I've ever had in real life. And I've got phone numbers and emails, and I'm calling people. It's not just I make a comment on their video. This is real friendships with phone calls. Like Kevin at Lazy Pond and Brian at Castle Hives and Patty G and Mac at Southern Blessed Homestead and Four Kids on a Farm and Sandy at Suburban Homestead of Wyoming and Michelle of Real Life with Michelle and Rob and Frank and The Adventures of Frank and Tina and Felix. Don't want to forget Felix. She's awesome. She is so nice, so friendly, so loving. What a loving, caring person she is, and I really appreciate her. Appreciate her friendship. I don't do a lot of duck hunting. I'm really bad at it. I can't hit a duck unless it's standing on the ground or sitting on the pond, and that's not ethical. But I thought you'd like that, Felix. But I do like to eat Canadian goose. Oh my word, Canadian goose is incredible. The Mostly we just take the breast meat off of the Canadian goose, and my wife has a way of fixing it that you would never know. Yeah, so that's good. Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, Shanna. It really, really means a lot. There's Brian. So we were just talking about you. We're talking about all the friends that I've made, not just casual friends that I make comments on their videos, but people that I have their phone numbers and call. And yeah, that Canadian goose. I mean, my wife has a way of fixing it, and you would, if she served it to you, you would swear it was roast beef. It's that good. It's a really dark red meat. T-Bone going to bed, so the boys are up. I'm gonna get off of here soon because I got to go over. I'm staying with my sister, and it's 8:30 now. They have to they have to get up and go to work in the morning, and I have to come over here. And let me see this. Somebody. Somebody's not a fan of the Ark Encounter. Got some nasty Nasty comment. That's okay. Haters gonna hate. You know, they need to put their faith in the sun in 2021, right? People don't believe. Yeah, I just got a notification about a comment on. No, it was a comment on one of the Ark Encounter videos. Said how long would it take for a sloth to get to South America? It's ridiculous. He made some nasty comments. Like whatever. Yeah, there's people that just live for trying to bash people with faith. But you know what? I feel bad for them, and I feel sad for them because they are. One day they'll know the truth, and it'll be too late, and that makes me sad. It really does. Are you going to leave, Shanna? Yeah. Well, you know, they believe the lies. You know, they believe the lies, and they need to have. They need to know the truth, and you know, I was there once where I didn't know the truth, and now I know the truth. It set me free, right? All right, Rosie Side Farm, really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, well, you know, I they like I said, I don't get mad. I'm sad for them. I'm sad. They're lost. You know, we need to look at people if we can through God's eyes, right? And what the Bible says is that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son so that none shall perish. So if somebody doesn't believe, it doesn't have faith in the son, it's sad. And it's not what God wants. You're washing your supper dishes. I appreciate that. Yeah, some if they get really nasty, I'll delete it. Um, yeah, I mean that I do, and um, because they're lost and they don't know any better, and they believe the lies of this world. Um, so it's unfortunate. It's understandable. I don't. And hopefully they'll get to a point where they know the truth, and the truth will set them free. That's what we really want. We want them all. That's why I don't argue with them. Uh, there's a saying that you don't never argue with a fool because it's hard to tell which one's which. So yeah, I agree, Patty G. That's a good one. Well, Spicy Rhodes, that's an excellent question, and he did. He started off that way, right? Yep. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I like to have cute little slogans for the new year. Um, so why didn't he just skip the pain part? So here's my take on it. I don't want to preach to anybody, but here's I've got a lot of opinions about different things, and I believe God um, helped me understand some things. And if you don't understand what you're reading in the Bible, uh, Satan sinned first, Spicy Road, definitely, and it was pride was the very first sin, right? That got him cast out of heaven. Great question. Um, so yeah, it yeah, if you don't understand what the Bible's saying, it's not an IQ test. Ask God to help you understand it, and He will. He'll help you understand it. The Holy Spirit will help you, give you some wisdom and insight into what you're reading, and it will make sense to you. Yeah, and that's why the His Way Homestead, right? The whole purpose in the name is to talk about doing things His way. And yeah, I don't want to be preachy, but I don't want to back down from sharing the truth. So why didn't God just make the world like heaven? The original Garden of Eden was like heaven. It was awesome. God walked in the garden. God walked and talked with Adam and Eve, but there was a plan and a purpose behind it. Um, God saw in his wisdom that people needed to be able to make a choice, to choose to love God and follow God. If he was the only thing there, then it doesn't have as much meaning, right? So if there's only one woman on the face of the earth and there's only one man, and you would feel obligated to be with them, right? Not that that was your choice, but because that's all there was. So God gave man a choice, and because the ones that choose to follow him and love him, that means so much more. Um, so, I mean, you love your kids, and hey, Broussard Homestead, how are you? So, I've heard parents who adopt kids say, yeah, um, people who have kids love their kids, but we chose you. We picked you out and chose you. So that's pretty cool. And God chose us too. So anyway, that's my take on it. I hope that answered your question. And I'm no expert by no means, but I know who my father is, and I know who the Son of God is, and I have blessed assurance of where I'm going to go when I die. So, and that helps give you peace when the whole world's falling apart around you. Because you know what? It's not falling apart, it's falling into place, according to the book of Revelation. So if you read that book and you understand it, then you'll understand that the time is getting close. And that's why I wanted to put that in the banner, that it's time to get serious about your relationship with God. And it's time for me to get serious about talking about it, right? I want to get serious about being a witness for God. Um, If anybody wants a Bible, doesn't have a Bible, I have Bibles. I'd be glad to send it to you free of charge. Um, I just want you to read it. Don't sit it on your table. But you know what? You don't go go on your app and do the YouVersion app. It's a great way to get reminders to read your Bible and everything else. So this year I'm going to be more diligent about reading my Bible, about praying. John, bad as bees. He's a member of the Brotherhood of the Hats. Good to have you, John. John has got a wealth of information. Yeah, I don't disagree with the ordinary person. I think there's definitely you want to read the Book of John because it's a little more geared toward a potential new believer, right? Yeah, and YouVersion will also read the Bible to you, and you can follow along. It will speak the word to you. So I've done that before on trips. I think somebody said before, if you read it straight through, it's like 50 hours of reading. 50 hours. That's not that much, right? You read 1 hour a week. You could have it read in a year. That doesn't sound that bad. So, yep. So we talked about, yeah, it's pretty good. Well, me too, ordinary person. I am too, and I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, well, and yeah, yeah. I mean, I think um, we're just ants on a marble spinning through space. It's it life doesn't have as much meaning without faith in God. I agree 100%. And that's why you see people that are not believers. I don't know how they cope. I don't know how they cope with the world, a non believer. And you see a lot of suicide, right? And you see a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol. And I understand that. Without faith, how do you cope? How do you cope with this world? It's crazy. Um, Yeah, the Book of Revelation can be hard to understand, but it's not something to shy away from. It lays it all out about what's going to happen. Now, there's a lot of uh, what I want to say, imagery and symbolism, but um, it's a lot of real, direct, real stuff too, without a whole lot of symbolism. But sometimes it helps if you're a new believer and you're trying to read through the book of Revelation. It helps for somebody to come alongside you and help you understand it a little bit, right? And that's when you need to pray. God, help me understand this. There's a lot of stuff in here, and like I said before, the Bible is not an IQ test that only the smart people that can understand it get in. It was originally meant for, hey, Papa Bacon, you going to bed? I'm about done. I'm just about done. You ready to go to bed? Ready for me to quit talking? You ready for me to quit talking? Oh, okay. Yeah, I will. Don't lock the door. Don't forget. Yeah, yeah, I'll lock it. Good night. Uh, yeah, that's you. He does listen, and there is a plan for world peace, and that's talked about in the book of Revelation. There's going to be someone that rises up, and it'll be a time of world peace, and then there's going to be the great tribulation. And if you don't have a relationship with God before that tribulation time, it's going to be a struggle. Hey, Victoria May, how are you? Did you change your name? Victoria May, Life Unfiltered. Yep, Wendy, I believe that. I didn't see you come in. How you doing, Wendy? We are in a spiritual war, and you have to be a spiritual warrior, and you have to take up the weapons of a spiritual war. You're a spiritual warrior. Yep. There's a plan in place, and it's already in place, and some things have to happen, but God is long suffering to make sure that as many people that are going to believe make it. So his wrath could have happened much sooner already. Yeah, we did break it. Stupid Apple. Actually, it was Satan, right? So Satan was Lucifer, and he was the praise and worship leader in heaven. So that's something to think about, isn't it? And so there's somebody that is in the direct presence of God, and he sinned, and he actually and I agree with that, Spicy Roads, but it also talks about praying the will of the Father too, especially when well, that's good. I appreciate you. Yeah, she would have, and we would have been more. Good one, good one. Let me see. My sister's messaging me. All right, I'm gonna have to get off of here because everybody's wanting me to go to bed. Yeah, so I don't know. I believe mostly a literal translation of the Bible, even with symbolism and imagery and stuff. I believe that sola scriptura on. Now you're okay, Victoria. on Scripture alone, right? Sola Scriptura, Scripture alone. I don't like reading men's commentaries on the Bible. And are you leaving me, Brett? All right, Rayleigh, appreciate you. Thanks for dropping by. Yep, appreciate everybody. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for being a part of this. Wasn't really scheduled, but I just kind of did it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Yep, the Solus Christus on Christ alone, and Sola Scriptura on the Scripture alone. So no commentaries, no other. Hey, Josh Sparks, we're about to wind it up, buddy. You got here kind of late. So appreciate y'all. Don't have a Bible, get YouVersion Bible app on your phone. It'll help you read your Bible. It's got all kinds of tools in there. It's got videos even. It's really handy. So use this Big Brother tracker for something good in your life. So we'll probably do a lot more live streams from Maryland. Going to be up here for at least 2 weeks. And yes, come quickly, Lord Jesus. That's the key, Brett. When things are looking really bad, come quickly. Come quickly. All right. Don't forget, His way is the best way. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. God bless.